And we have other 5 children now. They are in Kampala training for tailoring. As you have seen, we have machines. So we want first to train our girls. 5 of them in Kampala training. So we do, like we see the interest of any girl, and then we encourage them to take that line. So God bless you, have a good night, and keep safe, and come again. Yeah. Thank you.
All the best.
Is this your pen? Now stand up, stand up. Stand up. Sing, say bye-bye. Sing love.
And 300 million is a loan. Let's start from there. But the challenge that we have is the time. You don't promise me money and give it to me after 1 year. When the problem is, when they've taken the water, that's unserious. So we are going to engage them, and I can assure you, you're going to see me a lot going forward.
And because we are, therefore I am. We are here, Honorable Minister, because your people are.
So to find these solutions together as a team. With those few remarks, thank you so much, and have a lovely evening. If you have a few questions, you can raise them and respond them good.
Not just Kabale what is doing some work, but efforts also should be done. Have a Kigezi Tourism Training Institute, because there are a lot of facilities here. The youth and the women. Really, if we got a tourism training institute in the region, because we have a lot of facilities here in Kisoro, Kabale, Bwindi, and of course then the people when they are training in that institute, they will normally go to these hotels to get their internship, and in that way they will improve their skills and also improve on their household income, which the government is really up to make sure that it improves the household income for everyone, for every Ugandan. Yeah. So those are the 2 things. Infrastructure, because actually as you realize we lack trained manpower in the industry, especially hotels and tour guides. Yeah, of course, people are doing some work in training them, but we need government also to come in, even support maybe the institutions which are already existing, so that they can train more people, because this sector is very sensitive. We are competing internationally. These tourists are from Europe, from wherever. They have seen standards of hospitality. So when they come here, we believe we have very good scenery, we have very good country, but if the human resource is not trained, really the experience of a visitor might be spoiled, because we don't have trained personnel. Yeah. So with those few remarks, I wish to. This was a meet and greet session, and I want to once again welcome you once again. And maybe can I call in Isaiah to give a word, and then maybe you call in the minister to say hello to us, and if you can chip in any other information you want. Thank you very much. Ugandans to get interested in tourism investment, so that and I can tell you Kigezi has really done very well before COVID. As you know, Kigezi contributes over 70% of the tourism revenue to the ministry, to the country, and a number of people, local investors have invested in the hospitality industry. There are tour guides, there are hoteliers, they are tour operators in the region, and they are employing a lot of youth. A lot of youth are being employed in the sector, and so tourism should be supported very much. So I will welcome you to Kabale matter. There is no, we are running out of time, but we want to warmly welcome you to this area and wish you good tour. You will definitely enjoy Kigezi. Yeah, people come from all over the world, America, Europe, and then some of them actually have come and they made this place their home. They fail to go back. So also wish you just also to make this as your second home, as is the main tourist hub. our Kigezi Tourism Cluster actually has been one of the vibrant cluster. Actually, it has won like 2 consecutive awards for being the best cluster in Uganda. And on this note, I want to introduce the cluster members. You can stand up. We introduce you. That is Christine Ampomuza from the university, but also in the academic world. Fado is our secretary. That is Maureen. You are Miss what now?
Miss
Conservation. Then we have Parite from Hawks Eye in Lake Binyonyi. He is the proprietor. And we have Charles Badnest. And also the media. The media is part of us. Job, right? All of the media. Yeah. So, and really, they have really supported me as the chairman to run this cluster. We have several programs, conservation programs, tree planting, bamboo growing. But above all, we work together in terms of marketing, in terms of helping each other, in terms of improving standards. So we need to improve standards for among our hotels, 12 operators. So where we help each other, and where we welcome you here. Isaiah, President in Uganda, thank you for the initiative. In the past, people would just be promoting going to Dubai, going to Mombasa. But that's the thing of history now. We need to love our country, to peace our country, so we are in the right place. And Honorable Minister, yes, this ministry, your ministry really can help the youth by giving them employment. They just attract people, the women. So what we need as we need to get it from our concern as stakeholders, we need to take the message to the government. We need really more infrastructure improvement. The roads, matter there is of course something working, but we need to fast track them. And Kigezi being having like 70% of the revenue, Kigezi should be.
What happens along this sector? But of course we are organizing our own movement. We shall be here with a team from all the people who are UTB Ministry of Tourism. So we shall engage you much more with the technical staff and engage. And I believe that the only way we can have this ministry move, or this sector move a little bit faster and much more, gain a lot in a short period of time, is if we engage more, talk about a few things and implement them. Not talk about them today and talk about them next year and talk about them the third year. Let's discuss what you can do, what you cannot. But we know we should have some level of accountability so the sector can grow. And I want to promise you that you will see that happen going forward. So I'm so committed, and I want to thank you all for loving this sector. I know it's been a challenging 2 years because of COVID, but thank God at least there is some kind of picking up. I've been sharing with a few of the hotel owners, and they said at least now the cases are coming in a little bit. But one thing that we should have learned from COVID is the only way we can have this sector more resilient is if we have promoted the domestic tourism. Without that, because I can assure you, the only calamity will not be COVID. We may have another tomorrow, maybe security, maybe whatever it is. And we have a scenario where movement of foreigners getting into the country becomes a little bit tricky. So now what happens? So if you don't have the Ugandan traveling, and also have not the hotel owners that are coming up with good packages for the local person, so that someone can contribute. But to be honest, even me as a minister, if I come to Lake Bunyonyi and you give me a bill of $250 a night, come on, it will not be easy to pay. So let's calm a bit down and we balance. Give me $150, I'll sleep and go and tell others they also come. Let's look at the quantity and also the continuity of the business going forward. So I can assure you, like I said, that's the only way. I want to give you, for instance, a scenario. I was in Nairobi sometime. And these guys, the hotel owners were saying that for them they were not affected so much by COVID. Because for them, the Kenyans are the biggest players in the sector. The Kenyan local community contributes around almost 67% of the travel revenue. They are the ones who book the hotels, the tour operators make business of them. The foreigners contribute only around 32% of the travelers. So even when they are affected, when COVID comes in, they continue surviving. For Uganda, it is the opposite. The Ugandans that travel, and actually it's interesting, around 32%. But even of the 32%, of course 68% almost are the foreigners. But even of the 32% that travel domestically, we know that 90% are students, the ones that go and see the zoo, because they're around 400,000 a year. So the real Uganda who comes to do some movement and contribute to the sector is almost 2 or 3%. So if we don't change this narrative, then we still have a problem. So I call upon you all, let's partner together. We are unveiling a new brand going forward that we shall be launching that is only targeting the domestic traveler. And we are, like we are saying, of course here in Union I can say it, in Kabale I can say it safely. But of course we've also told the owners of these hotels in protected areas that if you don't want to bring down the prices, you are going to bring competition to you, and we mean it. This one we shall fight. I mean, there's no I talk about domestic tourism when we're charging $200. So if you're not willing to agree and then we balance the figure, then we are going to open up those areas as much as we can. We've advertised this last month, calling on two people to come and build. We are doing another advert in February. If you're not complaining, we shall do 4 more next year. So that we feel the pinch, and now we forcefully bring the prices down. Because I think that's the only way we can do this. Let's see how we consider the Uganda. You can charge your dollars elsewhere, it's okay. But for us, come on, let's work around the shilling. Of course, I know there are challenges that you are going forward to do with the roads and all that. I think we are going to be doing some repairs soon. And like I said, when we come probably, because we've met young members of parliament of this region, we've held meetings, because you know we've had a very big issue to do with human-wildlife conflict amongst communities living around protected areas. So we've been engaging, we met...
I want to re-emphasize the issue of training, because you can bring a lot of guests around, but as long as they don't get the experience from experienced staff, then it all goes to the drain. And just like engineers mentioned, Kigezi region contributes a lot to tourism revenue, and we wonder for the past so many years why until today we cannot have, at least maybe we have government focusing on scholarships for medical students and whatnot. We are wondering if that cannot be also extended to tourism students as we wait for the institute, or expanding the existing institutions that are already in place. And 2, maybe I think the ministry needs to also put more effort on R&D, research and development, in terms of product research, in terms of market research and other areas. Thank you so much. I'm Christine Muza. I work with Kabale University, and I'm secretary to the cluster.
My concern goes to utility. Our utility cost is so high as hoteliers around. You find that, like today, maybe they know the ministers around, so we have stable power. But yeah, those who have been here, they can agree with me, because we have had very unstable power like last month. And the most unfortunate thing is the bill doesn't change. Today I received my bill and even I was shocked. But so please, Honorable, if there is a way the ministry can engage the Umeme people, we would like please to have stable power so that we are able to also save on the cost. Thank you very much. I didn't want to talk about it because most of my colleagues have talked about it. One of the main challenges we face here is lack of manpower. Even right now, we don't have trainees, qualified trainees, who can still also put down our cost of human resource. So honorable member, if, as Mr. Evans said it, if possible, kindly let's have a training institute. As we speak now, most of the people who come here for training, they come from Soroti. That is a fact. You go around in most hotels, the percentage number of people who are working in Kigezi region, they come from Soroti. So it is also a concern. I think that should be a concern to the community, so that how do we now empower people who are around here? The children around here, most of them are in the quarry, where they are supposed to be working in the hotel industry. So it is something that concern that need to be given a priority, so that we can also empower the community. Thank you.
Is raised, and I think when I was speaking, I forgot to talk about because the chairman had raised the issue to do with the institute. Well, first of all, we are establishing something very good in Jinja. Crested Crane Hotel, remodeled it. I was there the other day. We raised a few issues as well to do with the quality of work, but I think there is some improvement we shall be going back to see. And government has injected a lot of money. So far we have put around $6 million. We are going to commit another $12 million. So we believe there's going to be some state-of-the-art kind of facility where definitely from class you can train off the hotel. And of course we want it to be competitive with the rest of the hotels in Jinja so that we can have business. So of course I understand they need to have an institute here as well, but for now you can send our brothers and sisters to Jinja. It is okay. I'm from Motoroko, but I studied in Italy. It's quite a distance on the road of DRC. So for now, but let's see how we make the best students out of that. My brother is talking about Soroti, but if you went to Kampala, actually most of the people in the tourism sector, managers and the rest are from Kenya because of Italy. Kenya has what we call the domestic, the tourism development levy, the 2% charge, and most of it only goes to training, to human resource. Most of it. For us, we don't even have. Yes, we have it provided for in the tourism law, but it has never been put into place because guys are already complaining, especially in the private sector. Like you see, we also want to charge 2%. Rwanda is doing it, Kenya is doing it, Tanzania is doing it. So we can use it. If we use it on marketing alone, then of course, because now you see, when we're talking about good human resource, how much are you going to pay as a hotel owner when you still have a low client? We'll not be able to afford this highly trained person from a very good institute. So we need, because I believe this sector is interlinked. Let's get some good resource, commit on marketing as much as we can, make this, because this country is so beautiful. But you see, sometimes we have issues here and there. Let's see how we raise the resources that are good enough. So now you can get enough business and then also easily charge the human resource. But please, we can even get you some scholarships for Kigezi for that school. Chairman, let's agree. Yeah, I'm committing. We can do that. Going forward, we have another school in Jinja for conservation and research. Sorry, in Kigezi. We can see how we help going forward. Now on the issue of course, electricity and the rest, it's very unfortunate, and I can assure you, I am going to engage the Ministry of Energy, and hopefully through your MPs, you should, if it's a general problem of the entire Kabale municipality, this place is about to become a city. How do you have power outages in that kind of manner? I think that is very bad. So we should organize so that they come and engage with you. At least I'll make sure that we have a communication, and I think Isaiah will know about it. So we can follow up and see how we I think with that for today, but I said if you look at our policy today, it's also changing. For instance, the areas that, the communities that live around the protected areas, the areas that we are conserving, and we have agreed with the Uber board that going forward now, priority should be given to the communities that are living around these areas. There is no reason why you should employ someone who knows nothing about the animal, and you have no impact because then you live in the community. It's only when you employ someone who lives within the community that will talk about conservation and create the love within the community. So we're going to change some of these things so that these communities around benefit more out of this sector. With those few remarks, thank you so much. We shall come back again with a better team and we engage more and see how we resolve a number of issues. Thank you so much for your time. Chairman, I'm waiting for what I asked for. Probably going for the leaders, and soon we shall come up with a program, and we shall have this Kigezi region involved, where we shall meet all leaders, the members of parliament, and the communities that are affected by wildlife to see how we minimize the conflict. But then we shall come as a team and address most of these things over a period of time with the right technical people. So like I said, for today you ambushed me, but it's okay. I'm glad that you had some time. I don't know how much energy we have made over mandatory testing. I don't think I can go to Ministry of Health. Okay, let's do that. But of course our agenda is to push to make sure that the sector moves smoothly. And I want to thank His Excellency that at least they have been, of course, and I thank Minister of Health that they've given us provision.